Clambering down a muddy ravine in the suburb of Maple Ridge, within plain sight of nearby homes, is not exactly trailblazing. But it is here that one entrepreneur sees growing opportunity.
You can see the flagging here. That's a cedar, a western red cedar, western hemlock, and over here we have a mass of blackberry. This is this is the battle that we're fighting.
Robert Falls has spent his career dealing with environmental degradation. A few years ago, he decided to explore a radical new business model and co-founded Ecosystem Restoration Associates, or ERA, a company dedicated to transforming derelict land like this into productive West Coast forest.
This blackberry, we would remove it and plant the original coniferous species, and that's what we've done in this site here. Because of that blackberry being here, the natural course of events will not occur without an intervention, and that's what we're doing.
But blackberry is just one of many battles facing Falls, whose ambitions extend far beyond ravines in Maple Ridge. His vision is to use ecosystem restoration in the fight against global warming, and this vision is what ERA is selling.
What we've done in our business model is to bring those two together. The reason that those two are linked is that forest ecosystems remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and carbon dioxide is the principal greenhouse gas driving global warming. So that's what our company has been established to do, link those two environmental imperatives and do it in a business context.
The key to ERA's business model is in the trees they plant. As they grow, these trees will literally take carbon out of the air and turn it into solid matter.
Trees are made out of carbon that used to be in the air. The tree removed it through a process called photosynthesis that we all learned about in high school and promptly forgot. But photosynthesis is a magical process, really, that takes the energy of the sun and the carbon in the atmosphere and weaves that into sugars that are subsequently woven into wood.
Planting trees to store carbon is ultimately the service ERA offers. Every ton of carbon absorbed is sold as credit, a product designed to compensate for or offset other people's greenhouse gas emissions. Each tree can earn ERA up to 12 tons in carbon credits. Over the past few years, they have planted close to 100,000 trees throughout BC's lower mainland. As that number grows, they hope to create several million tons in offset credits. And since they plant their trees on public land, at no charge to city or residents, ERA relies entirely on these credits to turn a profit. So who is buying? The Vancouver Film Studios are among ERA's corporate clients. They purchase offset credits in order to neutralize their carbon emissions. Pete Mitchell is the studio's COO, and he coordinated their carbon neutral campaign.
Well, this is our certificate of carbon offset that we have recently received from Eco Neutral ERA, which is our supplier of offsets. And this is in recognition of 51.9 tons of carbon dioxide removed from the atmosphere. And it is our quarterly installment for the year 2008.
Do you mind if I ask how much it costs?
Well, at $20 a ton, it's about $1,000.
Mitchell says the move to go carbon neutral was inspired by both employers and employees.
The companies that make films have an environmental imperative. So we have a ground-up push where we have people who are working in our office, for example, that suggest that we bring composting into the office rather than throwing all our organic waste into the garbage. And we have this desire by the corporate ownership of the studios to be environmentally responsible and carbon neutral.
Mitchell believes going carbon neutral is more than just a question of moral imperatives. It also makes good business sense.
It makes us better competitors in the marketplace. We are the first film and television facility in Canada, perhaps anywhere, to become carbon neutral through the purchase of offsets. And that'll never change. We will always be the first.
Over the past few years, demand for offsets has skyrocketed. The voluntary carbon market, where ERA sells their credits, grew
grew by 165% in 2007. It is now valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. But is planting trees the solution to global warming? While it is clear that a lot of carbon is needed to turn these into these, not everybody is buying into ERA's approach.